Well, things have been interesting. Things have been very, very interesting. As y'all know, I got a job. Unfortunately, no, very fortunately. I'm happy that I have a job. I'm getting money. But not to go too far, of course. I keep getting scheduled on Sunday. You guys obviously told that in the preseason when I only made videos on like one. I think I only made one video. And then, first week of the season, I'm working on Sunday. What is it, 3 to 9? I mean, I can't go home and make a video. And you guys know I'm way too lazy to, follow through, make one on Monday. Yeah, it's just how I am. I need to work on that, definitely, if I want to make more videos for y'all. But we are here. And I won't focus too much on the Dolphins game because, that's in the past. However, the main topic of today's video, the Indianapolis Colts. The Indianapolis Colts. A team notorious for starting off bad. It started off 2-0 for the first time since 2009. Any of you guys remember what happened in 2009? 14-2, made it to the Super Bowl. Could have went 16-0. Stupid coach rested our players for 2 games at the end and lost them both. I mean, just go for 16-0, to be honest. But 16-0, almost. 14-2, made the Super Bowl. Unfortunately lost after the Saints. The Saints did their thing. Still mad about that onside kick. But, again, first time since 2009. The first time since 2009. 2-0. Already with winning the first game of the season against the Dolphins, that was the first time we ever won a game 1 since 2013. So it's been a long time since any of these sort of things were broken. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, those were both handled by Mr. Indiana Jones, Mr. Daniel Jones. I don't know why I said Mr. there. Daniel Jones has, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on what you wanted at the beginning of the season, he has played amazing. I can't even hate on him. He has not thrown an interception. He's done a great job in both of these games. I'm going to be 100% honest and clear about that. And, as a person who wants AR to start, and still, even though Daniel Jones is starting off really good, wants AR to at least have a chance, I mean, there's nothing I can really say against him. Like, he's played nearly perfect. There are some dumb things he does. Yes. He's not the best quarterback. Yes. Like, I remember on the Dolphins game, the guy overthrew a man on a screen. That was kind of funny. But, again, Dolphins game. If we go look at that real quick, won't stay on this game for too long. Daniel Jones went 22 for 29, 272 yards, a touchdown, and no interceptions, with 2 rushing touchdowns on the ground, 7 for 26. Daniel Jones is pretty slow, and I do agree that if Richardson was starting, there would probably be less sacks and more rushing yards for our team. However, and when we're playing this good, what does that even matter? So, yes, Daniel Jones is doing good. Did that surprise me? Yes. Starting off with the Dolphins game, it was the best I've seen them play, like, ever, really. It was the best I've seen him play for a long time. They barely made any mistakes, almost shut him out completely. It was just an overall great game from every side of the ball, even if I was watching the second half from work, which I probably should not be doing. But yeah, just an amazing game throughout. A lot of our players had good games. I already went through Daniel Jones' stats. Jonathan Taylor ran that game 18 for 71. Unfortunately, he did not get a touchdown. I still won that fantasy week, by the way. Giddens ran 12 for 41. Doolin ran 1 for 15. Warren ran 1 for 3. Speaking of Warren, Tyler Warren has looked great. Tyler Warren is everything I wanted him to be and more. Thank you to the Bears for completely selling and drafting Colson Loveland. I don't know how he did today, but I know that last week he did not do good. He had like 3 catches, so not trying to go. But Tyler Warren, great pick for receiving on that game. Pittman had the touchdown, 6 for 80. Warren, 7 for 76. Pierce, 1 for 36. Taylor, 3 for 27. Mitchell, 2 for 21. Cox, 1 for 20. Downs, 2 for 12. Let's see how many sacks we had that game. 3 sacks. We forced 3 turnovers on Tua because he's not that good. Cameron Bynum with 1. Leatu Latu. Good to see him get that pick. I was driving. Again, should not have the game on when I'm driving. Of course, I wasn't watching it. I had it like the sound on. But Leatu Latu, good to see him get a pick. And then Cross led with tackles, 4 for 2 on 1, 2, 3 sacks. Doolin had 1 kick return for 27. And Schrader kicked a perfect 4 for 4. And we'll get to Schrader. Oh, we will get to Schrader. He had a great game today. Tua, that game, 14 for 23, 114 yards, 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown. Unfortunately, Tua's finished. I've been the biggest Tua defender. He's done. A-Chain led for their rushing, 7 for 55. Hill led for receiving, 4 for 40, but A-Chain had the passing or the completion touchdown. And their leading tackler was Dotson, who had 6 tackles, 7 assists. He had 7 tackles and assists. I'm sorry. Bailey, 1 for 42 on punting. They didn't kick once. But in terms of team stats, again, to show why they played so good, 418 total yards, dominated them on everything, 27 first downs, 418 total yards, 262 passing yards, 156 rushing yards, and the biggest thing of it all, other than 3 for 3 on 4th down, only allowing 1 sack and not punting once, we led time of possession for the first time in forever. Every time I see the Colts play, they always lose on time of possession. That makes the defense tired. It makes the defense play bad, and it loses the game. However, we dominated that game so hard that we had the ball for 40 minutes while they only had it for 20. That's exactly what you need in an offense. But I said, moving on, because I said not to stay too long in that game. Let's move to the Broncos game where we actually broke a record. Intriguingly, no other team has ever had 10 possessions straight of scoring until today with the Colts. They scored on their 10th possession, getting a touchdown in the second quarter, meaning for the first time in NFL history, they scored 10 separate drives in a row to start the season. I mean, that's just amazing. 10 consecutive drives. That is amazing. And the streak only ended because we failed to convert a 4th down, which we should have got. But, Daniel Jones, again, he's good right now, but he's not the best player. But in terms of the Broncos game entirely, it was a really good game. It was fun to watch. Back and forth. No defense being played whatsoever. That's probably because some of our defensive starters were out, because every single year, someone gets injured. And I don't know why. But it was a good game to watch throughout. Moving straight to the end there, Jonathan Taylor, 66-yard rush, 1 under 6-7. And then we just completely have to kick the field goal. There's 6 minutes left. We're down 28-26. And then, of course, this dude, Bo Nix, drives all the way down the field after throwing an interception that led us to that field goal. drove them all the way down the field. Some penalties bailed us out, and Will Lutz bricked the kick. He doinked it. Of course, after barely running the whole game, when Jonathan Taylor is clearly carrying the team, they run it. They throw once, but they kept running it, and that led to a 60-yard field goal. Spencer Strader on the day was 4 for 4. He was 4 for 4. 60-yard field goal absolutely shanks it. Absolutely shanks it, and this absolute bozo of a guy gets a leveraging call. He gets a leveraging call at the end of the game. 15-yard penalty puts him into 45, right in Schrader's range. Bangs his 5th field goal of the day. He is perfect in his NFL career. He has not missed one field goal. Now, does he need to work on 60-yarders? Yes, he has not missed one field goal. 5 for 5. 17 of our 29 points, and along with 45. No punts again for the second week. Just had to point that out. It still doesn't feel real. The Colts are 2-0. That just doesn't feel right. It doesn't even feel right to be 1-0. Think of it, 2-0. Just, Daniel Jones, we all owe you an apology. We do. Again, in this game, he played nearly perfect. 23 for 34, 316 yards and a touchdown. No interceptions. Of course, again, Daniel Jones is going to Daniel Jones sometimes. He made some stupid plays. Messed up a 4th down, which he could have ran if that was Richardson, because it was like 4th and 2. Had a clear lane to the left of him. Of course, he can't run because he's a brick wall. He's too slow. We all seen that one play where he broke off the run and just tripped because he's too slow. Completely missed Tyler Warren there. However, when you win the game, you can't be too mad at simple mistakes like that. And Jonathan Taylor, despite not getting the carries that he should be upwards of 35, in my opinion. 25 carries, 165 yards, 6 for 6. He had a good game. But of course, did not get a touchdown on the ground because this dude, Daniel Jones, ran 6 times for 2 yards and got a touchdown. Daniel Jones has vultured 3 of Taylor's touchdowns, and that makes me a little mad, especially today when I'm down 84 to 160 in fantasy. I said that right. My opponent has 160. Tyler Warren also ran once for no yards. That was a dumb play. That was a dumb play from Steichen there. For receiving, Warren led 4 catches, 79 yards. I wish he had more catches. But Pierce, 4 for 68, down 6 for 51. Taylor did have 2 catches for 50 yards and a touchdown, which I'm happy about. Pittman, 4 for 40. Mitchell, 2 for 20. And Mo Alley-Cox caught 1 for 8. Nick Cross again led on tackles, 5 tackles and 2 assists. And we got an interception at Cam Bynum again. He has the best celebrations, I'm going to be honest. But we did not get a sack, apparently, which is kind of disappointing. I thought we at least had 1. Gold had 3 kick returns for 77 yards. Doolin had 2 for 63. Punt returns, Gold had 2 for 4. And, of course, Schrader, again, just have to mention again, 5 for 5, 17 points. A great game for him. Looking at the Broncos, Bo Nix, he had a good game. Unfortunately, he did throw an interception. Fortunately, 22 for 30, 206 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. For rushing, J.K. Dobbins led, 14 for 76 and a touchdown. Nix had 3 for 20. Franklin had 1 for 11. Harvey had 5 for 8. And Batty had 1 for 3. In terms of receiving, Franklin, not Zaire Franklin, Troy Franklin led, was that 8 for 89 and a touchdown. Mims had 2 for 24 and a touchdown. Bryant, Batty, 2 for 19 and 2 for 18. Not respectively, I said that wrong. Harvey, 1 for 16. Ingram, 1 for 12. Troutman, Troutman. I think I'm getting it right. 3 for 10 and a touchdown. Dalvin's caught 1 for 9. Sutton caught 1 for 6. And Sheffield Sr. got 1 for 3. Now on the defense, PS2, Pat Surtain had 9 tackles and 2 assists. He's one of the best defensive players in the game. I know they got a sack. Sternad, 1 sack. I think that was the only sack of the game. Yeah. No picks, no fumbles. In terms of kick returns, Harvey, 3 for 70. Mims, 2 for 52. No punt returns because we haven't punted once. Lutz missed the only field goal of the game for him. Doinked that and lost it for them. 0 for 1, 4 points. And Crawshaw, 3 for 134 inside the 20 all 3 times. Looking at the stats, we led on everything again. 473 yards to 324. 306 passing yards to 206. 167 rushing yards to 118. 7.1 yards played compared to 6.0. 26 first downs, a better third down efficiency if you do the division. We're 0-2 on fourth downs. Need to work on that. More plays. We did allow a sack, but we did not punt. The refs were on, or glazing, as they like to say. I don't know why I said 11 for 68. They did have 83, though, because they had a lot of, especially that leverage penalty, just adding on to it. No fumbles. They threw an interception, and once again, we led time of possession. That's what you need to do if you want to win. Lead time of possession. I've been saying this for as long as I've been doing this. If you win time of possession, you usually win games. And once again, we won time of possession. Not as much as we did last week, of course, but we did win. But let me say this one more time. The Indianapolis Colts. The Indianapolis Colts are 2-0. 2-0 for the first time since 2009. I didn't expect that. I expected us to go 7-10. See, this is what happens when you're down on your team. Just happy to see it, you know. But next week, of course, well, other than the standings, was 2-0. Remember, 2-0. Next week, if I can go to the games, we play the Titans. Do we play the Titans at home? We do not play the Titans at home. However, we play the Titans. 3-0. Who knows? But anyways, I don't really have anything else to say other than that we're 2-0. I'll see you guys later. Peace. I clicked the wrong thing.